Welcome to the workshop Sound and Silence. We're here at the main building of the music department of ZHDK. We're now going to the computer music studio where Johannes Schütt, expert for the so-called ambisonic technique, will show us what ambisonic really is. So let's go upstairs. Now, Mr. Schütt describes himself as a choreographer of loudspeakers, because he has to do a choreography in space, so that sound will be perceived in 3D. Now, ambisonic is a unique technique which was invented in the early 70s by a mathematician. So it is a formula to record sound with a special microphone which can record in 3D.
Now we are sitting in a room. So now the eyes, it's the most distortion of the ears. I would say, yeah? Because in a concert you have the stage and you have the wonderful violinist or this beautiful flute macho on the stage, and he plays beautiful and the show is great, but you go never really deeply in the sound because you are not concentrated to the ears.
Now, Mr. Reidenbenz, how will the workshop continue?
We're going to the old town of Zurich, then we'll have lunch, and in the afternoon we'll be in an art gallery, listen to several different music.
And what will this workshop in the city be about?
Okay, we have been to the computer music studio before, listening to artificial synthetic sounds. Now we're here on the tower of the Grossmünster, listening to natural sounds of the city, looking for some silence, but the city never is silent.
Don't you hear me? Don't you hear anything? Listen to the city.
All these squares is open mouths and the houses is teeth. Quite here.
We just came from over there, and what was quite remarkable was that with this floor people tend to walk quite monotonically, while with this padded floor, like in medieval times, he told us people tend to dance around, and this has also to do with sound, the perception of sound. And this tube that you see here is like a musical tube. It really focuses the sound and it makes the perception of sound more focused. You can hear voice better than if you have an open ground. And he also told us that new materials tends to make the ear feel tired. But let's go to the group again.
Not every sound with the counter with the tube has this singing. So it's one of this. It's remarkable. It's the sound from since 1800, which is remains the same. It's the only.
Now he talks about the singing sound of the tube of the fountain, and that every fountain has this unique voice that you can hear if you listen close to the fountain. Now what we're doing here is listening to the river inside the fountain. Because if you listen closely, like this, it takes a few seconds until your ear starts to focus on the sound of the river, not the sound of the city, and your brain forgets that you're listening to a fountain. You start hearing the river inside the fountain. That's great. Now, Mr. Bossart, US expert for hearing, what do you hear at the moment?
I'm in a engine sound, which is a loudspeaker. I have acoustically the orientation where I am, but otherwise I'm in a way in a spaceship, not having any contact acoustically to the outside. And every stop there's a little gap where the door opens. You have a little idea what the city sound is, and this is like a model we only hear these days to the city. So we behave like being in a permanent tramway or in a car, and then we step out and we hear the city just a little bit.
Yeah.
And we hear the city like little shots of a continuous movie. And then when we are in the city, even when we're walking on the street, we behave like we would be in a tramway. And so the tramway is a very good model of how we listen to the city normally. We see it as a film.
So, we're here at the restaurant Blind Cow now. Oh, you can't see me. Oh well, that's perfectly normal. The Blind Cow is a restaurant where blind people are serving you and where there's no light at all. In the afternoon, our participants will have a workshop with Matthias Ziegler, who will show created sound, artificial sounds, studio sounds in a non-artificial environment. So in the morning we had artificial sounds in the studio, and we had natural sounds in nature. Now we have artificial sound in a natural space. And afterwards, our participants will have a short concert at Galerie Art Seefeld with some students of ZHDK. Thank you. Bye-bye.